This episode has been brought to you by Fornos Law Firm, devoted to optimizing your legal results at fornoslaw.com.
Welcome to Pushroom, where we discuss disability news, culture, interviews, and more. I'm Ray Pizarro.
I'm Richard Bell.
We'd like to thank our audience for being with us. Today on the show, we have a very special guest that's going to be able to share her story and more information on, different medications and things of that
alternative
sort.
uses.
There you
medication.
go. So we want to welcome Kimber. She's COO of Edibles List. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Hi. I think for this interview, we should have set the mood better, had some incense and some lava lamps, because we're about to get deep on alternative medications. So, Kimber, where are you from, and how did you get involved in this industry?
So I'm from LA. I was born out here, but I lived on the East Coast mainly. My background is in fashion, so I started off working at True Religion for doing their licensing, which was awesome, but it was True Religion, so And then I was an international sales executive for a high-end dress company, and I moved downtown LA in with my roommate, who owned a medical marijuana magazine. And I kind of smoked. I've dabbled for 10 years and then some, but I never thought that I would actually have a career in cannabis, and now I do. She asked me a couple times to come work for her, and she finally gave me an offer I couldn't refuse, so I'm pretty happy I'm here.
Awesome.
Yeah, it could be worse.
I wish Bo was here.
I know.
I love Bo.
I know.
But anyway, we have you, so this is great.
I'll be a close second. I'll try.
So, tell us about the different topics you talk about in your magazine.
So we focus on the smokeless side of the industry, edibles, topicals, tinctures, vaporizers, basically.
Tinctures.
Yeah.
What's tinctures?
Tinctures are drops, sublingual drops. You take a drop or two and put it under your tongue, and it absorbs through the bloodstream that way. It's kind of different, but it helps a lot of people in a lot of ways. A lot of people use that as a real form of medication versus edibles, because they feel like it's kind of a different delivery. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Now, do you travel to different expos and things like that when they come around?
We do. That's why our CEO, couldn't make it today. She is in Vegas. Yeah. Gotta be.
Oh, how fun.
I know, right? I know. But yeah, we go to San Francisco, Denver, Portland, Seattle, kind of those main places. As the laws change and everything in each state, we'll start to move around a little bit more. But for now, it's just the Northwest.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is that your publication in front of you there? Can we take a look at that? Wow.
Yes, this is our current issue.
Pretty neat.
It's our November issue that was dedicated to veterans and PTSD and things like that. Yeah, we've got a pretty nice looking magazine.
I see that.
I really love it.
I know.
Perfect timing as well.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. So can you talk a little bit about the different issues that people get treated as far as who it helps and what,
Well, the great thing about cannabis is it's non-discriminatory. Everyone can use it for different things, different purposes. Someone might use it for MS, but somebody else might use it for depression and anxiety. Somebody might use it for arthritis and pains like that. But then you also have the neuropathy. God, that's a hard word to say.
That's a tough one, yes.
It's a tough word. So it helps with the different things like that. I mean, it's a range from anywhere. If you have cuts and scrapes and bruises, you can use it on those. You can use a topical form of it that wouldn't get you high unless you slathered the entire tub on you at one time, which, might be a little greasy.
Ill-advised.
Yeah.
So usually how it works is you would contact, of course, your doctor and talk to him about alternative measures. And in California, it is you are able to get a card for that as well, right?
Yeah. So in California, it's not like this in every state, but in California, I believe it's around 23, 24, 25 states right now that are medically legal. And then, of course, the 4 that are are recreationally legal currently.
Totally legal.
So, yeah, the way that it usually works is you would go in and talk to your doctor and ask him, or her, if this could actually help you. Again, it's not for everyone.
Right.
So the first thing, you definitely want to make sure that this is something that your doctor says, it's a go ahead. But what we've learned in our experience is I'll walk into my doctor's office and he ultimately asks me more information than he can give me on how it can help me. So, it's kind of a learning curve. But then you walk in, you go and you get a recommendation, and you can go into a dispensary and purchase your meds there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so what I want to know is you get to see a lot of different edibles, a lot of different kinds of edibles. What's the strangest one that you've come across yet?
The strangest.
Like the most bizarre,
I mean,
oh, you can
people
medicate
put
that,
weed in everything.
Yeah.
I just got, we just got cinnamon toothpicks sent to us.
Okay. That's a weird one.
I mean, and we have churros. There's also Listerine patches, or Listerine, what are those things called? You put them on your tongue. I mean, it's kind of like LSD.
Yeah, it's like a little the Band-Aid or something, a little dissolving
that you
patch.
put on. Yeah, they have those that are infused with indica and sativa and CBD.
And I got something from you one time. It was iced tea.
Iced tea. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Green Ticket Bakery, man. They kill it. They do strain specific. So if you want OG Kush iced tea, they will make it for you. Or if you want something that's a little lighter and you get a little more done and productive, you can get some Super Silver Haze iced tea. I mean, come on.
It's a huge culture out there. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
It's just growing every year, and people are becoming more open-minded as well, right? To receiving and having people, use the medication and cannabis in more places now. And it's not really being a taboo subject anymore. It's kind of getting out to the mainstream, right?
Yeah, no, not at all. When I actually told my family that I was going to work in this industry, they go, "Oh, so now you're going to be a drug dealer? We sent you through college so you could be a drug dealer." And I was like, "Come on, guys! Like, let's hold our horses here. I'm not a drug dealer. I don't have anything to do with drugs, or the sale of distribution of marijuana. Actually, I'm completely protected under freedom of speech. Thank you."
Yes.
But now, months later, almost a year I've been in the industry, my grandfather is actually using topicals, and he calls me and he's like, "Hey, I used this topical before I went out on my walk this morning, and my knee didn't hurt, so I think it works." And I was like, "All right, I will take that as the stamp of approval. Thank you, sir."
Perfect.
Yes.
There you go.
I love it. And we were at the VA hospital in Long Beach a while ago, and we were there supporting our vets and just introducing them to our networking and how we do to connect people and stuff. And I know in your current article it has you have a article there regarding PTSD and how it helps people that come back from the war. Maybe they were already recreational users, or some people never even had any kind of marijuana uses beforehand, but I heard it's making a difference and helping them a lot too.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. This entire issue, our November issue, we dedicated to veterans and PTSD, and kind of learning and telling how it helps PTSD. And we really wanted to get the awareness out there and really help to push for safe access for veterans, because a lot of them right now, well, up until yesterday, the Senate just passed a bill that is on its way to helping allow for safe access for veterans. But one of the things that they've kind of run into so far is if they tell the VA that they use cannabis, they can actually lose some of their benefits if they're in a non-medical state or something. But yeah, I mean, CBD is a great thing for PTSD. So CBD is a profile like THC. Everybody knows THC.
Okay.
But it's non-psychoactive. So it doesn't get you high. It just helps with the pain, and it helps you neurologically. See, there's that awful word again.
Neurologically.
Thank you, that one. We have an endocannabinoid system inside of our bodies, and it's only unlocked whenever you ingest or have cannabinoids in your system.
Okay.
So it unlocks different synapses and can change certain things. THC actually inhibits your dreams, so you don't dream. You don't remember your dreams. That can help with PTSD tremendously because a lot of people wake up, from the night terrors and things like that. It helps with the pain. It helps with the aches and pains that come along with kind of PTSD. It's a mood stabilizer, so it can help bring you kind of down whenever you're having fits of rage or anger. That's typically occurs with PTSD. And then, CBD, you can smoke and use it, but it doesn't incite any anxiety. So it helps in so many different ways. It's great.
Okay. So, I got to get back to the CBD talk, but, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
If you are seeking reliable cannabis industry news, look no further than Edibles Magazine. Edibles Magazine focuses on the news, the patients, the laws, and the facts presented in a medical journal style format. Visit them at edibleslist.com. All right, and we're back. And this is a great learning experience for me. Rich has always put me up on different medications and that he takes and what works for him, and so anything we could share to our community is a great help, especially if it could help take the edge off their pain situations, because Rich and I are quadriplegics and we have different levels of pain. Every SCI injury is a little bit different and unique, and I know diet also has a big role in how your pain levels are and how to deal with them, and holistic approaches are always the best way to go, when it comes to taking the edge off. If it could take 15% off someone's pain levels, and it's not, the side effects aren't as bad, I think you're winning.
Oh yeah, absolutely winning. And I was introduced to CBD actually by Kimber. And because I was withdrawing, I stopped taking one of my medications and was having severe withdrawals that caused spasms that were just out of this world. And nothing, was helping. I had to get through, the withdrawal phase to be off of the medication. And it was the introduction to CBD that really helped. Without the CBD, I probably would be back on that medication. And I really don't want to be on, because they not only have physical side effects that you see, but I believe they also affected my concentration level and my ability to focus and be productive.
So that's why you were not getting back to my texts the other day, huh?
Yeah.
Back in the day? Yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Now you got an excuse.
So what other uses have you seen or other symptoms that CBD helps,
So CBD, cannabidiol, because I don't know if I've actually said what it is yet. It's one of the active profiles in cannabis. Like I said, it's much like THC, but you're not psychoactive. Actually, just so you know, if you ever got too high, you could take some CBD and it'll bring you down. It is the natural antidote to THC.
Oh.
Yeah. Very
That
interesting,
is
isn't it?
All in one plant.
I know.
So it balances you out in a way, right?
Exactly.
And keeps you not from going overboard on it and stuff.
Exactly. But yeah, CBD is great for different things. Topicals, especially with spasm, and I remember actually giving you some. It absorbs through your skin, and so it's coming in subdermally and on all of that, and it's great for pain, and it's great for attacking certain pain areas. So if you're having specific spasms somewhere, you can rub the topical on on your skin, and it actually absorbs down into it. And I'm sure you've used balms and salves and things like that, but come on, tell me the cannabis ones are better, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. And as far as ingesting, I found that CBD, when you get CBD, it's better for me when I have a small percentage of THC along with it. And it just seems to, for me, it works a lot better that way.
They call that the entourage effect. So they worked better together than separate and isolated. However, there's a case for both sides.
Yeah, and we get a lot of experience with patients leaving the hospital, and they're so medicated that they don't get a chance to let their body heal without any narcotics in them, and they always get stuck on the heavy narcotics. And of course, everyone's pain level is different, but in my case, I just got tired of the side effects, that the medication gave me. So I decided to go on a winging process with my doctor's approval until I got drug free. No medications in me. Now I just manage my stuff. It's about management. And luckily, my pain levels don't get over a level 4 out of 10.
Wow.
On a bad day, it might get up to 5, but it's tolerable.
Yeah.
We all build a pain tolerance of sorts, especially with traumatic injuries like ours.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I'm the opposite. I live at around a 7. That's my normal day.
That's no good.
And if it spikes,
No. Yeah.
you know the drill.
Right. So I'm pretty new at the whole dispensary things. How does a dispensary work, basically? I've never been to one, so
Yeah.
I just need to share that with people.
So dispensaries are kind of interesting because it's kind of like a bizarre experience the first time you ever walk into a dispensary, because everyone's used to, having to buy your weed off some dude in the back alleyway, right?
Yeah.
Not anymore. Now you literally walk in to a shop and it's just rows and rows of pot in jars, or, pot infused edibles or vapes or things like this everywhere. It's awesome. It's really kind of a cool place because you learn kind of what this is all about. It's not just about smoking pot and getting high. There's different strains. There's different things that those specific strains can do that other strains don't do. There's a difference between sativa and indica and the qualities that they bring to the table. I had no idea what CBD was until a year ago, and now it's changing my life.
How do you believe that cannabis has changed your life?
So most recently, I had to get a wisdom tooth pulled, and I was in excruciating pain because everybody knows how wisdom teeth feel. You want to die for that.
Yes, you do.
Oh, man, it was awful. And so I just started dropping CBD into my mouth using drops that we have. And it actually alleviated the pain. Like instantaneously, it started to alleviate and take the edge off completely. And it was awesome. It was so nice.
Oh, man, I can only imagine. Especially dental work. Oh, I hate
It's
that.
the worst. The worst.
Yeah. So anything else you might want to add before we wrap up here as we get closer to the end here that we didn't touch on?
No.
Well, we didn't touch on etiquette.
We need to do that.
Yeah.
We?
So what's the etiquette?
Yeah, any cannabis etiquette that we might want to be mindful of?
Besides, pass it on the left-hand side.
I mean, honestly, it's just really, the main thing is everyone needs to understand that it's not a drug. It's a plant. It has medicinal properties. Don't ash on your friends. Don't leave your edibles lying around for your kids or your dog.
Definitely.
Make sure those are locked up safely. It's all about user responsibility.
Yes.
Don't wet the blunt.
Yeah.
Nobody likes
Yeah, don't do
a wet
that.
blunt. Nobody likes that.
Yeah,
Don't
some people
slobber
do it
on
egregiously. Just
I
like,
know.
come on, man. I don't want to share slobber with you.
Yeah. I mean, just really pass the Dutchie to the left-hand side.
Pass it to the left, baby. Never to the right.
Yeah.
Cool. So, all right. So, how do we find you?
So ediblesList.com is our online database. It's like Yelp for edibles, topicals, tinctures, vaporizers. You can find doctors' offices and dispensaries there. You can, if you ever wanted to find a gluten-free, sugar-free churro in California, you could filter out that and find that on our website.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can rate and review, kind of like Yelp. Dispensaries can go online and order through to the companies that we have on there. And then we have ediblesmagazine.com. That's where you can find the current issue and all of our latest news, videos and things like that.
Sweet. And what's the Twitter handle?
We are at Edibles List for everything, and then we're at Edibles List Mag for the magazine as well.
Perfect. Well, Kimber, thank you so much for coming on and enlightening us. We're going to have you back because you were the wealth of information and just getting people, all this great things about the magazine and how it helps people, and also different treatments people could could look into with the help of their doctor. So
Yeah, well,
And
thanks, guys.
for our listeners, I'll let you in on a little secret. I actually review stuff and write my reviews down for the magazine too. So you can look out for some reviews I've written in their magazine also. And you can always find us at Club Pushroom on YouTube. And you can find us on all of our social medias via our website, pushroom.org.
yes, and if you're interested in supporting us, supporting these shows we do, please feel free to come in and drop us any kind of donation that you guys can help us with. It just helps us expand, bring in different guests, and continue to share this with our community. So once again, we want to thank Kimber for being with us, and
Thank you, Kimber.
Thank you, gentlemen.
And we will catch you guys on our next episodes.
All right, and we'll bring Bo back when Kimber returns.
Most definitely.
All right.
Well,
Thank you,
thanks a
guys.
lot. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye. We want to thank Maker City LA for allowing us the opportunity to create these podcasts. For more information, visit them at makercityla.com.